Illinois State Fair. It is Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop on 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's News and Talk, and looking off to the Carnival Midway, now the North American Midway. The Carnival rides getting splashed with sunshine overhead. We are at the northwest corner of the Reich Pavilion, where we've been broadcasting all week long, and we couldn't have asked for better weather. Just absolutely gorgeous. Again, here live from the Illinois State Fair. I'm Greg Bishop on 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's News and Talk. And special guest with me this morning, it is a member of the agricultural community, believe it or not, but with cannabis, not just for medicinal purposes, but also for recreational purposes. You've got a lot of new industry that's growing all across the state, pun intended. And to talk more about the cannabis industry, and in particular the craft growing industry, we're joined by Jeff Fulgenzi here at the fairgrounds. Jeff, thanks for taking time with us this morning.
Thank you for inviting me out to the fairgrounds. It's always a good time to come to the fairgrounds.
Well, you're not too far away. I mean, you're just across the street helping people park.
Well, we have a parking lot, and we stay busy this time of year. We're probably the closest lot to the gates, and we take care of folks.
Yeah, so make it happen. If you can't get parking, of course, on the fairgrounds, definitely across the street, there's tons of opportunity, including with the Fulgenzi family. Jeff, I wanted to bring you on because, of course, I was on vacation last week. Was that last week? I forget. It's all blending together. But there was a little bit of a dust-up at the Springfield City Council meeting concerning an ordinance that would have allowed for setbacks for certain cannabis businesses. Give us kind of the general layperson understanding of what this ordinance is all about.
Governor Pritzker created a program for social equity craft grow, recognizing the failed war on drugs and all the significant arrests on the north side, south side, and east side in Springfield. They created the disproportionately impacted area and created a craft grow program for social equity. If you qualify and you were impacted by the failed war on drug, as my partners were, you can be awarded a license on a competitive nature. We applied for a social equity craft grow license and had a perfect score, and now we're trying to find a location. We're going to give back to the community. We're going to create 25 to 30 jobs. We're going to invest millions of dollars, and we want to go into the blighted areas of Springfield's industrial parks. And unfortunately, the city council is, again, telling a craft grow social equity company they don't want them in Springfield, and that's just the wrong message, and it's exactly what we should not be doing at a time when we need to fill these vacant buildings, Greg.
So this ordinance wasn't just about your particular business prospects. No. This was a general ordinance about craft grow operations in general.
So glad you asked. I'm a proud board member of the Illinois Craft Grow Association. I helped craft a number of applications for these licenses, all of which were successful. There were 4 or 5 of them in the room that night at council, all looking for locations, none of which meet setbacks that are created by, Kristen DeCenzo and this council. That's just, frankly, redlining the east side, north side from these investments, and it's not right. It's not right. So no, the ordinance was to allow all the industrial parks to simply create a setback of 200 feet from residential homes. As you can imagine, over the years, industrial parks were created and then homes were built nearby. People wanted to live near work. They wanted to take advantage of the lower cost housing, so they built homes near industrial park. Every industrial park in town in Springfield is surrounded by homes. And those are the ones we want to use. The council has a 2,500 foot setback, a half a mile setback for an infuser, Greg. An infuser is nothing more than a bottle of oil and making gummies.
Well, and you think like it's the same type of manufacturing operations that are dealt with corn syrup or making crackers or something like that.
It's certainly a manufacturing process, and the thing with our zoning now, we can put a racetrack, we can put a chemical plant, we can put an oil refinery, we can put heliports right now. I could grow hemp in the industrial park legally without asking permission or additional zoning. But for some reason, the anti-cannabis crowd, the reefer madness crowd, are trying to block the governor's program in the areas that need it most. And if you look at the historic redlining maps of the 1940s, these are the exact same places that this council is denying these investments, and it's not right.
Well, and it's something too that the recreational or the adult use cannabis law specifically outlined, right?
Specifically outlined.
The program was meant to not only make sure that certain individuals who are impacted by the war on drugs get the licenses, but also that the communities most impacted by this benefit from the tax revenue and benefit from the investment and the jobs. Jeff Fulgenzi with us.
That's exactly right.
He's talking about the craft growing and an ordinance that was blocked by the city council this week. The prospects moving forward here, the mayor says he's looking at doing his own kind of ordinance here. What do you anticipate?
I think the mayor and some of the council members want to simply have the regional planning commission study the issue, provide professional research, professional analysis for the council to make a decision. Unfortunately, 6 aldermen voted against creating an analysis to even study this issue. And unfortunately, in my experience, if an elected official is refusing for research, they're not basing their decisions on merit. They're basing their decisions on personal matters, and that's not what zoning's all about. We zone property, not people. This is not personal. This is not about Kristen DeCenzo and the other aldermen or the Fulgenzi family. This is about people trying to create jobs in Springfield and invest in Springfield and invest in these low-income communities and these industrial parks. The building I'm interested in at 11th and Stanford, Greg, is been vacant since 2006, after the 2006 tornado. Suck and win since 2006, yet we're being blocked from going there. And then I respect that there's some that are concerned about school children. We share that concern. I've got children. I've been elected official for many years. We would never do anything to harm a neighborhood or harm children. The building I'm interested in, Greg, is 1,480 feet from a school, but some feel that the 1,500-foot setback is enough, and if any foot shorter than that, the 1,480 feet in my instance is some sort of a risk. But I shared at the council meeting that the children at the Harvard Park School are buffered by 2 bars, a liquor store, and a gaming center. So those children that are, a half mile away are buffered by the bars and the gaming center from our plants growing quietly in the night. These decisions weren't based on merit. It's sickening, quite frankly.
Jeff Fulgenzi with us here with Springfield's Morning News, live from the Illinois State Fairgrounds. Jeff, you've been here all your life. I've been here for about 15, 16 years or so. But one criticism I hear regularly is, Springfield's great for government jobs. Springfield's great for medical jobs. Springfield used to be great for manufacturing jobs. And what you're looking to do is, and what you and others in the craft growing industry, you said there's about, 5 other companies that are looking to bring these types of jobs to Springfield?
The governor has awarded 100 of these licenses so far. I think we could locate a great many of them in this region. We've got terrific access to transportation. We've got terrific access to workforce. We want to be, as an industry, close to the workforce we want to hire. These elected officials shouldn't stand in the way. The zoning belongs to the people, not some partisan alderman.
Jeff Fulgenzi, again, here with us live at the fairgrounds. Talk about the jobs that would be available if you were to, set up shop in Springfield. And, if you're not able to set up shop in Springfield, where are those jobs ultimately going to go?
Well, if you look at history, there's a gentleman named Damian Johnson who had the same concern. He came to this council and asked for zoning relief of these setbacks because he wanted to be on the east side of Springfield. That's where his passion is. The council refused to allow him to invest in the lower income east side, the disproportionately impacted area as defined, and according to the maps I shared at council. Damien's building out in Danville, Illinois right now. That's not right. We want to be local. We want to be here. We want to be near an abundant workforce like Springfield offers. Springfield's more than a corn dog town, as one silly alderman suggested. We've got a lot to offer.
And looking forward to seeing what happens here in the future, because it's a burgeoning industry, growing more and more. And though there are caps on the licenses that are available, I imagine that if those caps are ever lifted, it's gonna grow like gangbusters.
It's a tremendous industry. It's the fastest growing industry. It's an industry young people want to participate in. Springfield needs to retain young people. We talk about it all the time. We need to create industry. Please let us use these vacant buildings. We got shot down the other night. I know some others are going to try another avenue. In the meantime, we're getting recruited all over the state. We're going to continue to look for buildings. I hate the fact that we're being told we can't invest in our neighborhoods we care about, and social equity companies are required by law to give back a lot of money. Hundreds of thousands of dollars were sitting in that room that we've got to get back in terms of community engagement. We put it in our applications. We were awarded points on that. Please let us give back to our communities. Quit playing politics. It's not right.
Jeff Fulgenzi, greatly appreciate you taking time with us and unpacking some of what's going on here and the possible positive impacts if you guys were able to develop this operation here in Springfield, or the possible lost opportunity if you're not able to set up. So appreciate that. We'll talk again in the near future, all right?
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
It is Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop, across from the North American Midway. An absolutely gorgeous day today here in Springfield for the State Fair. Make it out here for Friday, the final Friday of the fair, but you got a couple more days, Saturday and Sunday.